Flosstube. It's Jerica, Daybreak Stitcher. It's been a minute, but it's okay. I'm here. Daybreak Stitcher here on Instagram and Flosstube. For those of you who are new, welcome. For those who are returning, hey y'all, hey y'all. So it's been a lot. It's been a busy month. Not as much stitching finishes as I was planning, but you know, I'm still having fun. The temperature, it is sunny and warm, but probably still in the 40s. So it's Jericho weather for a good walk, which I plan to do today. The boy's napping. So the last time I spoke to you, it was around Christmas. I can't remember if it was after Christmas or just before Christmas. But Christmas was great. I was able to get it finished, which I will show you here shortly. In this, let me stay on point. New Year's was fun. We hung around with some family, and then we came back really early, but we managed to stay up past midnight. And what else happened? Okay, so my mom, she had her surgery. She did end up having like a bit of a problem, so she did have to go back, but she's doing better now. Kids are great. My family's doing well. People are shifting and changing locations, so it's been a little like, you know, toss up in the air of excitement, more or less. So what else is going on? So we have New Year's, we have Martin Luther King. I didn't stitch any. I'm gonna get more organized because I did not organize my stitching according to the holiday, because I guess I'm not a seasonal stitcher. I just kind of have my own goals. I was doing I was a part of a group last year, but there was just like so many activities and so many like things that I was just like, I'm gonna take a break this year. But I do have my only goal for 2024 is my hashtag no buy till July. A few people like are jumping on board, and I was super geeked, and that gives me courage. It gives me courage and momentum to keep going, because I will snitch on myself. If I break down, I will snitch on myself. So I'm gonna move you back here just a snitch, because I feel like y'all up in my face, but we're good now. So so the no buy till July is basically what it is. You can simplify it. Julie and Stitches had mentioned it. My friend Carrie, she jumped aboard and then she jumped off. But it's okay. I embrace every level of effort, because I can't go for the whole year. Realistically, I can try 6 months, and it was painful that first 2 weeks of January. I was hurting in my soul, and maybe that's why I didn't make a Flosstube, because I was feeling so miserable. But the worst of it is over. I do have to catch myself sometimes. Sometimes I question, because there's no strict rules. Like, I have 2 subscriptions. I have a subscription for fabric. I have 2 subscriptions for fabric, and I have 1 subscription for Silks for You quarterly. So, I mean, I'm going to keep those. I do have a Patreon with Yasmin's Made with Love, and I think that's about it. So with Patreons, like, you get patterns, and it is like a monthly. Well, no, I pay for the whole year. I pay for the whole year, so I don't have to worry about monthly, but she still comes up with patterns. So I do get patterns, but it still falls into the thing. Now, because I don't want to be too like specific with it, because like, what if like you need like containers to organize your stash? What if you need frames for your finishes? Like, is all that stuff like included in the no buy? To each his own. I know that I have enough to work with for 6 months, you know, and it's not like, and I think this is good, because I'm trying to reorganize my Hank flosses, because I kind of need them to be more like easy accessible. And so I'm kind of glad that I'm doing the no buy, because it did give me pause on some things because then I found more ideas. So we'll get to that when I get to that. But for today, I was trying to figure out like what should I do because I don't have any finishes for this year yet. I'm like so close, but maybe it'll be in February. I did try to do the blessing January. Yeah, and I totally misunderstood that. I thought that if you just finished a sampler, but no, you have to start it and finish it in January. I'm not superstitious, but it was fun. It was a fun little monthly challenge. And I think that's what I'm probably going to do this year is I'm going to pick a few months out of the year and I'm going to do little challenges. Some of them might be big because I do AB Singo in September. Yeah, September. And so I'm going to keep doing that every year. That's that's hosted with Carolyn Zook, Zook Stitch, and Robin Birdseye Stitches magazine monthly challenge on Facebook. They both have Flosstubes as well. So I'll post both of their links below because it's fun. What else is there? There's so many SALs. Okay. So that brought me to what we will discuss today. We finished my goals for 2024. Now we're going to get into what I'm going to be focusing on just for fun. And it's mostly SALs. Because if we've chatted before, then you know. I am weak for the SALs. Especially if I already have the pattern and everything kitted already. Then motivation done. It's already no challenge. I'm just going to jump in there. So then I noticed as I was going through my notes that I have about 14 SALs that I kind of, I got going on here. Some of them I haven't started yet because they haven't started yet. But, I will link all of the hashtags. Actually, you know what? I'm going to add the hashtags somewhere. And then I'm going to also include them in the description because these are really fun. Some of them are like 2 weeks. Some of them are casual. And then some of them are pretty intense. Some of them I put on myself. And then some of them, they did it to me. So I'm going to start. I do have a list, but of course my pile here is out of order. But I did try to at least make it somewhat presentable. So if I don't have access to the cover pattern, then I'll just put it on top. Okay, so the first one here is not what is on top. I'm going to go with it. All right, so out of order, but I'm going to put it maybe in this order. I don't know. Anyway, so in February, Jacob of Modern Folk Embroidery, Evertote, Roxy Floss Co. are doing a SAL, and it is the Salentine celebration, a Salentine celebration. So I got this because it came out right before the new year, so I was able to jump on it real quick. It's 3 colors, and so I did not buy the kit because I was trying to be in the right mindset of my no buy because it was like close. I think it was like maybe after Christmas, I think. So what I decided to pull from Stash is do I have it? I don't even think I pulled it because it's kind of shameful. I should do something about it. But last year, Evertote's Christmas box, I got it and then I couldn't keep up with it. And I think I bailed out after 5 days. So I have like 25 skeins of floss. And so I have been pulling from it to grab, these colors for everything. Because why? Like, I'm not going to use it all in one design. And I might I might restart it because I don't know. But these are the 3 colors that I got. This is, 'Tis the Season, On Holiday, and Holiday Punch from the 2022 holiday countdown box. What I also have, because, you know, it only makes sense, is I have some speculoos from 40 count from Evertote that I grabbed from Jacobpalooza last year. So I'm going to stitch my With Love design from Modern Folk Embroidery using speculoos, and my floss here that I pulled from Stash, because if you got it, then use it, right? I know. Okay, so that one, oh, I don't even have the hashtag. Well, I did, I think I did. Anyway. The next one that I am joining very, 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 very late is the 2021 Fruit of Plenty Stitch Along. This is it. I will be stitching it with one color. So I'm going to not do the two tones. I'm going to use, well, I shouldn't be using my finger, but you know, I'm going to be using one tone for this one. And so I was trying to play around because, you know, the colors never really pull up. So I'm going to insert a picture of my kit right there. And I just pulled it out a little bit. This is PR 150. And it's very silvery, you know? It's very silvery. And so I got a fabric of the month from Extrude Designs, and I think it's called Witchy Pink. I usually keep the tag on it so that way I don't have to remember things, but so this is my little start. Witchy Pink, 40 count, and I just went with the top part of the border. I think this is actually 46 count. This is 46 count Witchy Pink. And it wasn't a fabric of the month. I think this was just, I seen it and I just grabbed it because it was just, it pulled me in. So it's very thin right now. I'm going to trust the process. I'm going to get into some of the bulker stitching and we're going to see how it looks, because it's pretty thin, but this is 46 count. I'm using one strand of Witchy Pink of PR 150 from Silks for You. So there's this one, and I think I'm still gonna love it, because even if it doesn't show up well like in a picture or anything like that, like I see it, and deep down inside, like I do want something a little subtle for my wall, and it's probably gonna stay in here. I'm gonna put some stitches up in this room. Maybe my son's not gonna stay here forever, so he's my second youngest son. We say that because there's such a huge age gap. So this might be some extra wall space for me. Okay, so next one here is one that I have not really picked up in a minute, and I need to spend some more time doing it because I need a light when I'm working on it, because it's 40 count, and this is called, this is Fox and Rabbit River Gum. This is one of my Jan Hicks Creates designs, patterns that I'm working on. I'm trying to figure out where to put stuff. So here is the cover right here. And people have done this in so many different colorways that I wanted to, and look, she signed it for me. I know, it's on record. And so, so many people have done this in so many different colors. So I wanted to make it my own, because all the colors are so pretty, but I just wanted it to be a little bit more, you know, against the grain per se, so to speak. So here is River Gum and Palace of the Winds by Jan Hicks Create, and River Gum is from I'll get that later. This is from Fox and Rabbit. So I did finish connecting that board, there's another border that I want to get to, and then it kind of like moves over into this area, and I kind of want to get into that. Deep down inside, my goals for this year on this one is to get it at least halfway done. So I know I can do it. Halfway done. Get a month of Jan Hicks. Jan Hicks Creates. And I have it in my Maria bag. This is the silks I'm using. This is NPI black. I don't know, is it 993? This is rose gold. I don't have the paper for these yet, and it's all on. I'll just put a screenshot of the details right there. Yeah, I'm gonna do that from now on because, you know, I have to edit anyway. But this is my Maria bag. Maria Kutzner bag. It's so pretty, and I need at least one more. So we'll see. We'll see. Okay. Let me put that over there. All right, the next one is, yeah, it's funny. Every modern folk embroidery design in history is the SAL that I am creating for myself, because I think I'm a part of just about all of them. So we're gonna start with the newest one, because the love one it doesn't start yet, but you know, I'm already, just stay with me. It's gonna all work out. We're gonna get through all of it. So the latest one is No Time Like the Present, which is great. It's honestly not as much stitching as any other year, and you feel it. Like, it seems like a ton, but it's way more manageable. I enjoy it a lot. I'm using two kinds of floss. I'm using this, what's it called? I have it tied up. It's PR 134. This is PR 134. It's got like some grays in there, some silver, purples, and all that good stuff. And I'm using that for the fill-in part in the middle, and then the border, the outlines, are going to be this last little bit of my PR 069. It'll make it, because it's the way I'm going to stitch this is going to be there's going to be some few adjustments that I'll make in it. I'm not 100% sure if it'll work, but I'll show you here how far I've got. I only worked on it for, I think, 3 days. So I worked down in this bottom left corner and started, I got into the 24. So I did this. And so I wanted to get around to the bottom part because I really want to get up in here. But I got like up to here and I already messed up. It's okay. You guys. So here's where I'm at. So I got the 2024 done. So I need to really press on. These kind of look inappropriate, but you know. So the PR 134 is down here. So you'll really get to see it when I get into the squirrels, because the squirrels are going to be that purple gray variation. So this is as far as I got. This is only 3 days worth of stitching. And this is a 40 count ice rose from number 12 Stitch Co. The fabric that I'm using, linen. It is my favorite. I have a few, this is my second project that I've started on it, and I have so much more of it because I got like 2 yards of it. I think one is in 36 count. I got a yard of 36 and a yard of 40 because I kind of have a plan for it for 2 projects that I want to stitch for my kids. But so that's that. What is that called? With Love. with love. Okay. It's the Modern Folk with the heart. That's starting on Valentine's Day, I believe. Okay, Kringles. I have not picked up Kringles since the last time you've seen it, so it looks exactly the same. This is Kringles by Little House Needleworks. It is a SAL that I'm co-hosting with Emmy Mission Stitch on Instagram and Flosstube, and C. Jill Stitch on Instagram and Flosstube as well. This is as far as I got. My goals for this is to stitch 2 strands a month until I really deeply get into it, and then I have plans to try to finish it by this Christmas. We'll see. Because, you know, like the hardest part is up here. So once I get down to the windows and stuff, I think the ambition and an addiction to it will kick in, and I'm going to march on through it. So that was Kringles, a SAL. And I'm also posting the SALs. Names are going to be up here for space. What else is there? Saga. Whew. I'm going to post a picture of the cover page because I don't think I have it with me down here. So I'm going to scooch some things around and show you where I'm at. I have not picked this up yet either. I think the last time I picked this up was in like October or something. So here's where I'm at with Saga. I started in the top right corner, and I wish I would have started in the top left corner because it seems like, well, you know, vice versa. I wish I would have started opposite corner because I think I stitch faster that way. But I'm gonna try this year. This probably in February. I want to try to get over to the other side, and then that'll be a success. But my goals for this year is to get this 25% complete by the end of the year. So that's how far I'm at right now. The floss I'm using is Silks For You. It is, I think it's PR 121, and this is Extrude Designs fabric. It's a 40 count, and it is, I have it in this little pocket pouch because I try to stay organized when I'm not showing stuff. Rustic Drab is what this is called. It's a 40 count Rustic Drab, and then this is a PR 121 silk, and it is gorgeous. It is a reddish brownish, you know, kind of situation, and I love it. I love it. So it's very addictive. Like, I'm very happy with everything that I'm a part of. All these SALs and the materials that I'm using are just, I'm happy with everything. Okay, next one is Colors of Mexico, which I think it started, but I haven't seen anything yet. So I feel like I got time. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna grab it because it's one of the ones over here that fell. Okay, so my next one is Colors of Mexico. I don't know if there's a hashtag yet, but I think there is. On Jan Hicks Creates Facebook page, there's mention of it, but I haven't been on Facebook enough lately to be able to know all the details, but I will post something about it. So my Colors of Mexico, I haven't started it yet, but I am planning to start it in February. I mean, I could start it anytime, but oh my gosh. So here it is, Colors of Mexico. Here we are. Colors of Mexico by Jan Hicks Creates. It is absolutely beautiful. Like, all of this. So it's already kitted up. I got my Vicky Clayton silks already in there. I got my fabric. Did I figure out what my fabric was? No, but it looks like a Verdal, so it might be from Extrude Designs as well. I'll find out more. But I like it because it's got very simple, like a little bit of veining, but no modeling. It's kind of nice. But so geeked. All these Vicky Clayton silks, they're all called for because all this ain't no room to be messing around. So Very, very pretty. Very, very pretty. Very excited. And she has a diagram where it's all broken down on how like best to get all the sections stitched. And then you have it, I think it's like you can get it done in a year. I mean, obviously less than a year, but to go like steady without burning yourself out. It's broken down pretty nicely. So I'm jumping on that. I'm going to start that in February. Oh, so I'm doing fish and chips. And I'm stitching it for my dad. And I don't have it. But I will send a picture of the cover and a picture of where I left off, my last picture of it, because I gotta find it. What else is it? 12 Quakers. Bake Me a Quaker SAL. It is hosted by EJ of Sunshine Stitchers. And this is the cover page of it. She also has it broken down into 13 sections. So that way we have it done by December. And it is so cool. It's very manageable. I think it's probably like, I wish it had a stitch count number on it, because the number of stitches that you're stitching each month kind of vary a little bit, but you could easily, it's very manageable. It's not like, doing a Hawk Run Hollow or Saga, where every time I pick it up, I aim for 800 stitches a day, because it's just block stitching, and so you can get more surface area. And it's monochromatic. It's one strand, one color throughout the whole thing. So it's easier to get up to 800 on that one versus, even this, because there's different colors in there, and all the fiddling with the colors, it kind of slows down your progress a lot. But I'm using a winter floss pack from Silks for You, and I'm just having fun with it. I did try to control like what colors I wanted, but then I was just like, whatever. And as soon as you just let go of the thinking, then you can really make some progress. So I'm stitching it number 12 Stitch Co., 40 count, Steely Nights. And this is my progress. This is December and January. Now there are some like smaller motifs in there. You see near the 1 and, and all that. That's over 1 and I'm not doing it. I try to do it. I know Miss Candy from 614 Stitcher is stitching her 12 Quakers on a 46 count, and she is trying to figure it out how to do 1/1 stitching on for this and all the smaller motifs. And I tried it, and my eyes were almost about to melt out of my sockets, and then I said, whatever, it's just not going to be in there. So that is my 12 Quaker, 12 Quaker, Bake Me a Quaker SAL progress, which is going to be for the year. So I like that they're small doses. Like, it seems like it's a lot to say that you have, like, I have like, 14 SALs that I'm a part of, but some of them are old, and some of them, are well past done. And some of them are just small doses that keeps you motivated to keep going. So I'm geeked. I'm excited about it. Okay, what's next? Okay, so, oh my gosh. Listen. So I had, on my last video, I did a YouTube random comment checker or comment picker for my finish. It was for Modern Folk Embroidery. It's called Got the Morbs. And I pulled a name. Her name was Miss Noelle, and I asked her to respond on Instagram, so that way I can send out her little stitchy kindness. And she was like, we're friends now, is all I'm basically saying, because the chemistry that just sending messages back and forth, like we've been talking ever since. And so we actually started our own SAL with if I can find it, oh, here it is, we started our own SAL. However, I did not have the kit or the pattern or anything. And so I'm like, well, I'll have to wait, at least till July, because I got to get through this time. And she's just like, no, I already did my own conversion, and I already have a copy of the pattern. Well, not a copy of the pattern, but I have 2 patterns, and I can send you a kit. And I was like, seriously? Seriously? Like, if you send me the kit, I will stitch that with you. So, sure enough, she sends me the kit. And here's the pattern. It's the Lord's Prayer by Leela Studios. All those yellow colors, the flowers got me. Like, for real. I mean, even this is pretty. Like, the whole thing is just a gift. So, the Lord's Prayer. It's bigger than I thought. It's way bigger. It's bigger than I thought. But, so, got the pattern. She sent me the fabric that she's using, which is a 40 count. I wrote it down. Let me see if I can pull it up really quick. Sorry if you're hearing clicking and whatnot. I have a lot of, I wish my notes could like open up on multiple pages, because that would just make life easier. But anyway, it's a 40 count, and it's a great name too. I'll put a picture, but look at it. Look at that. Like, do you see all these beautiful flickers of color? So I have it in my hoop. I'm going to start in the bottom right corner. Yeah, I was so off when I was, So bottom right corner is where I'm going to start, because I was wondering, like, I'm trying to figure out my directions. I'm not a center starter, but I was going to start up here and, get into those butterflies and the bees or the flowers. But then I noticed, like, that flower basket and the crow. So now I want to do that. So I'm going to start there. Yeah. So got that. But of course, that's the pattern and that's the fabric. And what are we missing? She actually sends me all of the floss. All of it. Her conversion of the floss needed for this design. We're stitching them together, so our patterns are going to be identical. And it's all different brands, all different, stuff. She has it all, like, you guys, listen, let me tell you, organization, I don't have it, because I'm now seeing what it's supposed to look like. And I don't do this. So now I got to up my organizational game. But where is it? It's literally like she has the tape and the symbols on it, so that way you can easily see where the conversion is and what the symbol is and what you need to do with it. I'm very impressed. This is next level. But anyway, like, she has, like, it's all, like, she put it all together for me. Thank you, Miss Noel. You're the greatest, and we're gonna have fun stitching this together, because this is wonderful. There's absolutely no reason why. Which so this was supposed to be my Sunday stitch. So I had it all ready, and I had it in my bag, and I was going to take it to church. And, like, my church members kind of know that I stitch when I'm there. It helps me to focus in a weird way. Anyway, and so I got all this together. I had it in my bag. My husband got me this cool bag to carry. I know it has skulls on it, but it's the sunflowers. It's the sunflowers, the colors that I like, but the skulls are too much. But anyway, I carried in this. I was all ready to, to stitch at church, and I did not have my needle. So I'm going to start this next Sunday. I purposely put a needle in my bag. I have a whole pack of needles now, and I have my scissors and all the stuff, and there's no excuse. I'm going to jump into this. It's going to start. She's already started. She's probably going to finish it a lot faster than me. She's probably finished by now, but she sent it to me a couple weeks ago. Thank you. That was so fun. Alrighty, so I have to go back. Okay, next one. Okay, Lorna. Okay, Tree of Life. Okay, so Miss Julie, Julie in Stitches. I could have that whole name wrong, but Miss Julie in Stitches. Okay, you guys. So I think it was like last month sometime. We were messaging on Instagram, and for some reason, like, I was driving, I was busy, and I needed to, like, I couldn't text, but I needed to answer. I had questions about her birthday SAL. And it's I don't know if it's considered heritage or not, but it was this whole thing. And so I ended up calling her on Instagram. So warm, like, for real. It felt like when she's talking in her videos is how, and you know how you kind of sometimes giggle and kind of laugh or even talk to the TV a little bit sometimes. So you feel like you're a part of it. It's the same feeling. And I was just like, hi, sorry to call you. She's like, no, I'd rather you call. You know, let's do this. Let's get into this. And so we like ironed out the whole thing. And I was working on, I was working on, okay, I'm going to get out of order a little bit. But it said it right there. And I was trying to act like I was organized, but I'm not. Okay. We're going to return back to that. So I have everything already here ready to show. So I'm just going to go with this order instead of my list because this one's way neater. Okay. All right. So next SAL WIP that I'm working on is another one from Jan Hicks. So Jan Hicks creates Pluribus Unum. So originally, this started like last year in July, and I was on fire. I was geeked. I was excited. I was using my Cosmo floss, and then I realized that I cut my Cosmo floss way too short. And it took me a long time to find a place in the United States or anywhere that had all the colors that I pulled from Stash to replace it in order to finish this project. But I found it, South Carolina. I forget the name of the shop, but they had everything. So I was able to replace it. This is what I cut it to, but this is what I needed. Okay, so you understand the devastation was for real. And I tried to use them, but it was too much. But I got them, got the replacements. Even this one right here, I got replacements for that. This one's the PRO 69 hank of silk, so the rest of these are all Cosmo. But the thing with these is that at first I was going to throw these away. But I'm trying not to be a wasteful person, but I was going to throw these away. But then something told me to keep it. And sure enough, I did actually end up using it because when you get down to the certain part and there's just like that much left to do, then I can pull from the shorter strand. So I see. I didn't do it, but I see. So Pluribus Unum can now continue. And I originally made a goal to do 3 of these bands a month. And then I would, try to have it done by July. Because the furthest I think I started outlining these and I got like a couple of the stars in. And I started right here with like getting these two bands down. And when I got here, these strands were just so short that it was working my nerves. So I only had like a little bit done. So then I said, I'm just gonna do 3 bands. Listen, I got started and I have not been able to put this down. So here we are. This is evidence of my son messing with me, and this is sticky. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but whatever. So this is as far as I am on Pluribus Unum. I have a lot of the bands done already. I just have This border, I need to bring down that band and then everything under here. And then I've just been filling it in as I go into this block. And that block it's devastating. But we're going to get her done. But look at all the other pretty ones. So it's just so pretty. Pluribus Unum. So I knew that I didn't have two skeins of this in Cosmo, which is why I switched over to a Hank. So it even has a different texture. It's not as rich and thick as like the Cosmo floss is. This is 32 count. It's a mystery fabric. I think it's from over the seas, across the seas, over the seas fabrics. It's an opalescent, and then I'm using my own Cosmo floss conversion. Yay! So I think if I keep going, I can really get those done, and I might get this done well before July. I could probably get it done in February if I keep it near me. So, because I just do, I keep it near like where I sit on the couch. And then I look over and I'm like, let me just put a few strands in. Let me put some more. Let me put some more. So another one, okay, so over the holidays, so I did 2 Advent boxes this past Christmas. And the first one was the Silks for You Christmas box. I do that every year because they never let me down. They never let me down. The other one is the Black Needle Society Advent box, which was pretty crazy. It was really nice. I had a good Christmas. And in that box was also another Jan Hicks of Jan Hicks Creates pattern, and it was the full kit. It was the fabric, the floss, and the pattern to do Winter Wonderland. So I started it. It's so small. Like, it's not like all this extra fabric. Maria Kutzner finished this for her, and there's a tutorial that she, I think, is supposed to be working on to teach everyone how to finish it in this scissor pocket pillow. So I plan on doing that once I'm finished with it. But this design itself isn't that big, and I should be done with it. But here's the situation. I prefer like 40 count and silk floss. And this one is, which mind you this, like, that's just a preference. I'm not, strict with it at all. This one calls for Weeks Dye Works, which, okay, this is not all the flosses, because what I've been doing, even with all those WIPs over there, when I finish a color, I take it off the ring and I put it away. So that way I don't have to worry about constantly like lugging around a bunch of, floss everywhere. Oh, I got a needle in there. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. So here's the last 3 colors that I have to do with this pattern, with this design. And here's where I'm at. This is on a 32 count color and cotton called Over the Moon. And here's where I am. And it's coming up a little gray. It's a little more sky blue in the picture. So you see I did all the brown from the trees and the green from the trees and all that stuff. So these blues, the 3 blues are what's left, and it'll end up having that kind of like a corner kind of sun motif area. So almost there, almost done. Just have to do the little littles. So that's where I'm at so far on this one, and it's been fun. But it's 2 strands too. When you experience the one strand, it really keeps you so close. 2 strands is, you can feel the pull when you're going through it, and I don't know. It's just me. Okay, now we're going back to Miss Julie and Stitches and her birthday SAL. I'll put the hashtag here, and I'll post it in the description. Hers, okay, so in a nutshell, she's Polish, and a Polish designer, Yasmin's Made with Love, has a design, and it's called the Tree of Life. and I don't think I will put a picture of it right there because I thought I had it. I thought I had it here, but I don't. And so I decided to use some fabric that I was stitching on another Yasmin's Made with Love design, which I'll get to as well. So here's how far I am with Tree of Life. And I'm using a floss that I cannot find at this moment. But it's so pretty. It's a 12 ply. It's a 12 ply floss, and it's very nicely variegated. And this is as far as I got because even Julie and I were wondering how the horses were gonna stitch up, and it's not bad. I want to get into the trees because there's 3 trees that are rowed up together, so it's a repeated design. And so I just want to see how the trees design up because I think that's going to be really, really pretty. My issue is that I only had 1 skein, and 1 skein is the equivalent of 2 skeins because it's 12 ply. And so two of my friends have this color skein, and so I got one from one friend, and it's a different dye lot. So there's like, you don't really see it that strong in this colors, but in the skein that she gave me, it has a stronger brown undertone to it. And so I'm kind of tempted to go and check out my other friend, Emmy, and see what her skein looks like, because I still have time. I could use the other skein with the more browns for the trees and then use my skein for the rest of the borders and stuff. Like, I can totally do that. But I'm just curious to see how it'll stitch up with or just to see if hers is the exact color from the dye lot that I got. So this is a 40 count from Extrude Designs. Grandma's Slip, I think it's called. I think this is Grandma's Slip because it makes me think that it is, but I could be totally wrong. This is a cut off of the bottom, so maybe the information for this is on the other half, which I'm going to get to soon. But that's that. I did have, okay, so next one is Every Opening Flower SAL, that Shiloh X Stitch MD. And I can't remember, but there was another person that she was doing this SAL with, and I can't remember if it's Knotted Owl Michelle or someone else. But I had it on a scroll rod, but I wanted to start something else. I kind of got burnt out with it. But this is as far as I got with Every Opening Flower. And I do plan on finishing it because I'm not burnt out with it. It's just that I needed a break because there's so many other things that I really wanted to focus on for a little bit. But here's where it is. And I just started filling in like a lot of the border the last time I picked it up, like this border here. So I still need to finish going all the way down. I got to fill in so much stuff. I think this is probably going to take me a little bit longer than I had anticipated, but I still enjoy it a lot. And it's all floss from Stash. So that's a 36 count, just a mushroom. No. That's 36 count, Vintage Country Mocha. Vintage Country Mocha, yes. Okay, the next one is not necessarily a SAL, but I don't even know why I have it, but I'm going to show you anyway. It's a Janelin kit, baby sampler that I'm stitching for my niece. And I was going strong, and then I put it down. So hopefully this is just motivation to, like, pick it up again. So here's how far I am with it right now. It looks spooky because there's a lot of back stitching as well, but then there's blocks and stuff. But this is as far as I got on it. I just got that third bunny to finish and a couple blocks and, do the customizing, and then it's done. So I could probably finish this really fast if I put my mind to it. It's on a 28 count opal white fabric, and the floss is like, I did a conversion because I didn't like the floss that came with the kit or the fabric, because I think it came with a 14 count Ada, and this is a 28 count opal. I want to say it's linen because it has some slubs in it. And then I switched over the cotton floss to an MPI floss conversion. It was fun doing that. But I'm going to get it done. She's going to get it, like, she'll probably get it, like, you know, as soon as you say something, then all of a sudden, like, stuff doesn't work out. But she's going to get it sooner than later. Yes. So, okay. Nope, it's not on top here. So one of the SALs that actually already ended last year was a mystery SAL from Yasmin's Made with Love Patreon. This is what pulled me in. As soon as I seen this, I signed up immediately for her Patreon because I wanted to be a part of this. And so that's what happened. I look at all those colors, like, for real. Does this not speak happiness to your soul? Because it does to me. It does to mine. So I have not finished it. I thought I was going to finish this last year, like in December, but I did not get that far. But this is as far as I got so far. So I still have another flower to do and the little doodads, and I need to do the other half of that middle flower. But I did finish the whole alphabet, and it's so pretty. I did do a color conversion. I changed the color of the alphabet. You know, it's so funny because I do these like color conversions because I'm thinking that it's close to the original color at the time. But then as I keep looking, then I'm like, why did I think that the colors were green when I first saw it? It's still gorgeous. I'm still very happy with it. Green is my like favorite Stitchy color, you know? So it just needs a few more, just a little bit more focus and it'll be done. Like, it's so close. Like, all these are just, they're so close. Okay, so the last one is, I don't think it's a SAL either, but I guess we're just gonna throw this into this parade, huh? It is Lucy Owens from the Scarlet House. There's no S, it's Lucy Owen from the Scarlet House. And at first I'm like, you know what, this looks fun. And then I looked at it and I was like, you know what, it's not that big. And so then I started diving into it and I did my own floss conversion. And I'm not feeling too confident about it as I keep going, but it's fine. It's still pretty. So here it is. This is I think this is a 40 count mystery opalescent fabric that I got from, I think I got it from one of those mystery boxes from Stitchery Express. And this is as far as I've got so far. So I still have like some more bouquets to do and, you know, just like fill in and then it's done. Like, it's not really like that bad, right? It's got, you see the opal, hey now. But I like that I'm more brighter than the actual design because, you know, sometimes you just need a little extra color. But I don't know, I was starting to get worried as I was going through that my colors were looking awful and starting to clash. But it looks really pretty in the picture, so I like it, I like it, I like it. So I'm gonna go with that. I did, yeah, my own color conversion. It's a mixture of like Forbidden Fiber Co. and yeah, I think it's mostly Forbidden Fiber Co. That's on that one. Okay, so another thing that I wanted to get into was, oh, my last one. Okay, it's not a last one, there's more. So I also had an issue with my floral motif that I started like last year in like August, September, August, June. And I was just like, this is so cool because I was watching Flosstube and someone was saying like, oh, this is so great because if you have like an achievement, then you can stitch a bouquet for every achievement that you made. And so I was like, well, that's motivating. So I got it and it's been in my stash for like over a year, like a long time. I think it was like January maybe, or even, I don't know. So I got it and I did a floss conversion. And so I started it. The border is like black and everything. and I didn't want black. I have an issue with stitching black. It's not an issue really, but it's just because I don't like it that much. But I had, I think what happened was there was something that was in black and I didn't have black, and then I ended up stitching it with a different color, and I actually like that color better than black. So I think that's what it is. Black is kind of boring a little bit, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, so I did my own floss conversion, but then as I started stitching it, like my conversion was missing colors. So this past Saturday, I went to a new Stitchy spot because I normally do Sundown Stitchers, which is the second Friday of each month, over at Pine Needles in Garner Village. But Stitchery Express is a online shop that is about an hour north, like heading toward Ogden from where I live. But they decided to start doing a Stitchy spot themselves, and they're going to do it every Saturday, and it's from like 10 in the morning until like either 5 at night, or even up to as late as 8, depending on how many people are there and who, like, what everyone's doing. And so I went, of course, you know, it's a Saturday, so I don't need a babysitter, so I save money that way, right? And, you know, we found a faster route that got us there in like 45 minutes. So it kind of like, you know, makes sense, right? So I went up there with my friends, and it was hard because it's an online shop. And so there's like everything. Oh, everything. Everywhere you look, like you're sitting there in the middle of just 100% cross stitch and LNS, like, and people are buying stuff, and people are oh look, and I'm doing a no buy until July, which is how my one friend ended up, you know, dumping out. She tapped out. She seen the stuff and she went for the stuff, but she was humble. Like she wasn't like overly. She's like, I reined it in a lot, and I was like, okay. But while we were there, I had my friend Sheila, who is a phenomenal stitcher. She's insane with her sampler stitching. And so because I'm doing everything, you know, pulled from stash, I asked her, I just brought my whole case of Victorian Motto floss, and I was just like, help me. Because these are the colors that I started using, and these are the colors that I need in order to keep going, but I don't have it. Like, what the heck was I thinking? And so I'm going to reach for it right here. She ended up she ended up going through all my Victorian Motto, and she pulled, I'm so sorry. So she ended up pulling her own floss conversion out of my Victorian Motto flosses. So these long ones are ones that I've already like used and cracked into. There is one that's like mystery because I don't know what it is. And then my friend Crystal, which is Sheila's sister, this is also a part of Stitchy Kindness. She had got me some silks to use that we pulled and ended up using it. So now we have all the colors for floral motif ready. So then I was like, okay, so the only thing that has to happen now is I need to start stitching this stuff, right? And as long as I'm stitching it, then, you know, we're gonna make progress. So then I was like, okay, I'm gonna do the whole thing where it's like, who is it? Emmy from Mission Stitch was with us as well. And she's doing on a couple of her WIPs that are, that have a lot of like little tiny motifs in it. She's doing like, she's doing one that's like an E, and it's on 1 E a day until it's complete. And I think there was like, I think she counted like over 100 or something like that on there. But she just finished all her E's, and she finished it in less than a year. Like, it was crazy. Like, I think she's only been working on it for like 6 months maybe, but it works. And so then like Julian Stitches, I think she's doing the tree. Like, there's this big sampler that has like a bunch of trees all over it, and she's just stitching a tree a day, or no, a tree a week, a motif a week or something like that on that. And she's been making a lot of progress. So then I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to stitch a flower a day. I'm gonna stitch a flower a day. And I told my son, and I was like, I'm just gonna stitch a flower a day, and we're gonna do it until it's done, because I think there might be 80, but you know, your eyes start going everywhere. There's little ones, big ones, you don't know. But then like I started, this is my Hearthside Craftworks lap stand. If you watched Sunshine Stitchers, Michelia and EJ did a whole video on it, and it was phenomenal. And I can't get another one. I can't get another one. But here's as far as I got with floral motif. I had this one that I was finishing up after I did my conversion because I didn't have any yellow and I didn't have any white. So after doing the re-conversion, I was able to finish that. And I was like, okay, I'll do one flower a day. So of course I started working on this one, and then I noticed that there were surrounding flowers that had the same colors in it, so I could like at least finish the thread. And before you know it, I got 5 flowers done. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make sure that I can at least stitch on it every day, because if I stitch on it every day and I at least finish one, that's the goal. So I'm going to stitch on it every day and do at least 1 flower, but if I get more in, that's fine. Easy peasy. This is a 40 count. It's a 40 count one of a kind fabrics by Roxy Floss Co. And that's all I got on that. And then Victoria Motto. So this is my progress so far. I hope to have this finished in 3 months. Casually, right? And this stand is amazing. I love it. I got it last year before Jacob Palooza because I knew that they were I wouldn't be able to grab one while I was there. But I knew that's what I wanted. Okay. All right. So okay, we're going to get into randomness. Okay. So, last year, like around December, it was my last finish of 2023. I had finished this project here. And so I wanted to show it to you because I put some of that, like, what is that, 101 stuff, the stiff stuff on the back. And it really brightened up the flowers in the fabric. This is Fabric Flare. And I just wanted to show it because I knew what I wanted to do. And then once I ironed this on and it like really like brightened up, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But I thought this was really pretty. This was one of those kind of things where my friend Katrina, as a Tarzan, I know I should really look at names. I'm awful with names. But her name is Katrina. She's a Flosstube. She has 2 episodes up right now, and it's phenomenal. She finished hers as a pillow. So I was thinking about maybe a pillow, but maybe a bag, because I want to use all of this. I want to see all of this. These little roses and stuff in there. And so she showed me that she was working on hers. And so I was like, I think I have that kitted up already. And she's like, well, stitch with me. You got me. But look, this has been in my stash for a long time too. So it's now done. So there's some good. When I was at Jacob Palooza last year, I invested in the big guy, Tirji and Gertrude. I call it T and G just to save the, embarrassment, right? And I started this with everybody who got it. And Shiloh XStitchMD on Instagram and Flosstube started it like immediately. So of course I'm like, wait a minute. Don't you just jump off like that. And she's like, this is what I do. I jump off. So we'll jump on more or less. So I got the floss pack because I didn't have the mental or the supplies to like try to do a conversion while I was there. So there's a ton, and they just released it to everyone. So if you get the floss pack, it's epic and it's enough. Like you have duplicates and everything for the whole project. So I got mine. I'm stitching it on a 46 count. I think it's speculoos, but it might be not. It might just be a different kind. but there's so many pretty colors in here. And all these long ones are the ones that I've already like was able to crack into. And we were talking about really devoting a lot more time to this pattern because it's big. And I haven't gotten down to this is as far as I got so far. And so the colors are cool. This is the A and the B are tone on tone. It's how it's charted. But as you can see, like it's not a ton that you have to burden yourself with. And this is also 46 count. I think it's a one of a kind, maybe, because I don't have a tag on it. But this is as far as I got. So what I was planning to do was go and spend like a lot of time with it in March, because I already have my February planned out, and March has been okay, but I'm planning to spend more time with my, like I plan because it's fun to say I plan, and you do think about stuff. So I thought about getting a lot of stuff finished in February and starting some things that are fun and then getting it finished in February. And then that way I can recollect myself and work on some more VAPs, big, huge projects in March, just so I can spend some time with them. So, but I don't have any goals on when I plan to finish that one. Okay, now we're getting into investments, Stitchy kindness, subscription arrivals, and all the good stuff. So originally, my friend Carrie, she doesn't have, like, she's not on Instagram that much. She's my private Stitchy friend, but she's one of my best friends. She gave me this pattern for Christmas, and so I plan to do it maybe in July and make it a little more Christmassy colors, so I can like stitch that up for her. What she also did is she made me some what is it called? You know, the boards, you know what these are. She made me these, and she knows my color is yellow. Oh my gosh. So she made me this one and a smaller one so I can show off my stuff. So thank you, Carrie. And my friend Emmy had gifted me this pattern because we were both Googling eyed all over it. And I really want to get into this, but it probably won't be this year because it seems pretty intense, you know, all those all these little Quaker snowflakes and stuff, and the amount of pages. But yeah, this one's Christmas Day. Oh, so let me hear. So this is Winter Blessings. I'm so sorry. Winter Blessings by Samplers and Primitives. And it's not big. It's like 124 by 99. 124 by 99. So it's not really big at all. But I'm going to enjoy this. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy that. And then this one is called On Christmas Day. Mystery Sampler Parts 4 of 4. That my friend Emmy had given to me. So we're going to stitch this together. I'm going to get into something too. Oh, okay, I'm going to mix it all together because why not, right? Okay, so I did get yesterday in. I got my first subscription delivery from Fox and Rabbit. It's called Milky Way. It's 40 count linen. I signed up for the half yards and I'm so geeked. I'm so excited. Like, oh, it's balanced, you know, like it's not super dark on one end and then light on the other. Like, it's so good. I can't wait to figure it out. It's going to come to me. But I got Milky Way. And from Extrude Designs in December, I got her Fabric of the Month Club. And it's called Soil, which is more gray than brown, if you can see it. But I love it because I'm gonna jump into this because I love the fabric. It's called Cobblestone. This one's a little bit lighter than Cobblestone, a lot lighter actually, but I could so see some colors really doing well on that color. So I was in a Zoom meeting right before right after Christmas, I think it was. And it was oh man, everyone, it was Katrina and her friend. I'm gonna put them right here because she's so good. What is her? Oh man, it's gonna come back to me. Anyway, so they were showing off some stuff, and they showed this piece of fabric from number 12 Stitch Co., and it's called Peppermint Ice. So I just went on. I didn't even think twice. I just went on and I grabbed it. This piece of Peppermint Ice. It's so good. It is perfection. I could do so much. The possibilities of doing like St. Patrick's Day monochromatic on it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm seeing stuff, but so I got this as one of my last final hurrahs, and of course, I have impulses, and it's for real. So, of course, in my moment of panic, as the countdowns were happening and everyone was getting their stitching on, I'm over here trying to get my last little checkouts of my shopping carts. And of course, I had to jump in to Roxy Floss, Evertote's website. And I got this one. It's Face Care. Their skin tones. Roxy's Skin Tone Floss Pack. And my friend Emmy and I were looking for gold floss. I mean, this is well past the moment, but I still had to get it because I seen it. So I got some, and one actually says the name is called Golden Hour. That cracks me up. Anyway, and then I got their fall for autumn floss pack. And I'm gonna use these whole kits on something because I've seen some people doing it, and I don't know why I didn't think about that. Here's another one. It's Hello Autumn. It's very bright floss pack. Okay. I like these colors. And then here's the Carrie's Collection floss pack. And it's just, what? It's a great floss pack. Like, all of these are great floss packs. So I'm super happy with them. I'm keeping them all together because, unless something calls me. But of course, whenever you get the floss pack, you gotta get some fabric. And I was trying to stay cool with the fabric because that really gets your totals high. So this is a 40 count, what is it called? Pistachio. Is it rust pistachio? Rust pistachio. I just got like a fat eighth. Yeah, 1/8 of a yard of this. Very pretty. Is it rust pistachio? I don't know, but I like it. I can dig it. I can do something. And then I got a piece of their panettone, which is also a 40 count. Boom! Panettone! So, I got those, and then, Catherine. So my friend Catherine, she had brought to our attention a new dyer. Well, not a new to us dyer. It's called Stuart Moore's Textiles. And how they do it, their dyeing is they use like bugs and flowers. And so of course I was curious about this. So I grabbed, and it came with such cute packaging. And so I grabbed a few floss colors, and there's their card. They're on Etsy. They don't have names per se, and they don't have floss packs. Like I just put this pack together. They just have like alphabet numbers. Like it's all based off of the alphabet. So I got these colors. I did use one of them in something, and it was very nice. And then the smell of it is very spring fresh, you know? These bugs, they smell good. So I got some floss, and I also got some fabric. Now, the fabric is not listed as a count. I know they have a 14 count data that they're dyeing, but the other fabrics are unlisted. So I did grab a few pieces because I was curious. So these were the 3 pieces that I picked. And if you look really close, I think these are the equivalent of like a 56 count maybe. So I'll have to be really, really aware of what I can handle with 56 count. But so I got those colors, you know, and they're just small little pieces, and it didn't cost that much. Like these little pieces were like $5 or something. And then like I got a bigger piece because of the color. It honestly wasn't that much. I think the floss was probably more. I think these were like 5 something, I want to say, a skein, but I mean, they're still like, they're 6 strands, they're 5 yards. The quality of it, I can see myself going back and getting more floss. So it's cotton. They don't have the they don't have anything in silk yet, but it's all natural. So if you like to use very natural, well thought out material, I recommend it. And I use long strands, so their floss is it's good so far. I haven't really used it enough to say like it's a game changer. But I have enough floss and some fabric to experiment with and explore this a little bit more. So that was Stuart Moore Textiles on Etsy. So Color and Cotton, I don't think I've ever really used Color and Cotton, so I grabbed one of their floss packs. This is actually the floss pack for the thread pack for Leaves of Autumn by Primrose Stitches, but I'm not using it for that. I just like the colors. So I've already picked through here and grabbed some colors out so I can try to make some, do something with it. But I got one of their hanks too, which is not here, but I got that. Moe's Silks. I did get a spool of their silk because I wanted to try hers, and she was so nice. She has a Facebook page where you can see all the stuff that she's working on. I think she's starting to look into dyeing silk, for yarn, for knitting and crocheting and all that stuff. And I think she's going to be posting a lot of stuff on her Facebook page. Moe's, is it Moe's Silks or Moe's Hand Dyed Fibers? I'm going to post it right here. I'll leave it right. And if you wanted to go over and check her out and see what all she's doing, because it'd be kind of interesting to see like what it would be like to stitch or to like knit and like crochet with silk yarn. So while we were also at Stitchery Express doing our sit and stitch on Saturday, my friend Crystal, who made a project bag for me that I showed, she took one of my finishes and she turned it into a project bag. She had bought some hanks from Silks For You and realized that this is a gift that you can share because I think she got more hanks than what she thought. But these were the colors that she got, that she gave us all while we were sitting there. So of course, like my friend Emmy has used this color before. I have not used this one, but I'm kind of curious. And this one is like really making me want to do something on it. So I don't know. This red one is obviously like, it's going to get used. So, but these are the colors that she gave me, and she put like the little numbers of them on there so I can stay organized. I'm telling you, the thoughtfulness is just, it's amazing. It's heartwarming. So I got these from my friend Crystal, and I plan to use those in some projects because silk is just, you almost crave it. You almost crave it. So, I think that might be all for today because I think this is All I can think of for right now. And then as soon as I, end this, then I'm going to remember important stuff. So I did forget for my SAL WIPs is Martha Evans. I didn't pick that one up. I forgot it. And I'm really wanting the Seaworthy Sampler SAL from Teresa Kogut, that I did not finish. It was from Stitch West 2022. She was the guest designer there, and I actually enjoy that one too, so I'm gonna pull that one out. But those are the other two SALs that I'm a part of, that are probably already over, but I don't have them with me, so it'll be fine. I plan to film more often than over a month, but I still haven't figured out my routine yet. It's been so fun, like even just from the few videos that I've put up and the connections that I made with people, it's really, really nice. I really like it. I've been joining some Zoom meetings or Zoom sit and stitches, and just meeting everyone is just, it's wonderful. And just to feel the support and love from people who have joined the No Buy Till July, it's just, it makes me feel heard, It's kind of weird but awesome at the same time. But with that, I'm gonna leave you with that I will be back, and hopefully I'll have some finishes. Yeah. All right. Well, you have a happy stitching day, and have a good night.